Thanks for that, Paul. A top consultant says Savita Halappanavar was given the wrong antibiotics at Galway University Hospital. Dr. Susan Knowles was also critical of poor documentation at a critical time in Savita's care. Brian Daly was in Galway for the 5th day of the inquest and has the latest for FYI.
We had different strands of evidence here at day 5 of the inquest today. We had the expert opinion from Dr. Susan Knowles, a consultant microbiologist from the National Children's Maternity Hospital. She highlighted some shortcomings in the early days of Savita's care. She said the antibiotics that Savita was on at that stage were not effective. She was also critical of the medical notes being kept. There were gaps in those documentations, she said. And we also heard more evidence today of some of the staff that helped to treat Savita over her stay in hospital over those final few days. We heard from midwife Patricia Gilligan. She said the alarm bells were ringing with her on the Wednesday. She thought that Savita's case was one of a septic abortion, as she termed it. That wasn't the normal type of miscarriage you would see on the maternity ward. We also heard from the intensive care consultant, Dr. Paul Nocton. He was on duty on the Friday and the Saturday and into the early hours of Sunday when Savita died. She said she was in septic shock when he first reviewed her on the Friday morning. But he said at that stage, even then, death, as far as he was concerned, was not inevitable, and he still hoped that she might turn the corner. He also said he wasn't in a position to answer a question put to him by counsel and lawyers for Pravin Halappanavar that had an intervention been made earlier in the week, her life could have been saved.
Now let's take a look at some other headlines from here at home.
Profile on personal debt. A new survey has revealed details about the majority of people who are struggling to repay their mortgage. The survey from MABS, the Money Advice Budgeting Bureau, found that most are aged between 41 and 65. Those with mortgage arrears are more likely to have other debts, live in urban areas and be unemployed. Losing control. Bill Cullen has lost control of the Muckross Park Hotel in County Kerry. Today the High Court refused an application to appoint an examiner and ruled that the property should be put in receivership. Lawyers for ACC Bank, which is owed €9 million in loans, said jobs would be preserved. And desperately in need, cystic fibrosis campaigners have criticised facilities at Beaumont Hospital in Dublin. They say a new unit is desperately needed. The CF Association of Ireland, which is celebrating 50 years, says it can fundraise €1 million for a new facility at the hospital, but it needs the Minister for Health to sanction the remaining €1.5 million needed.